So this is Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by the head of Probellum in the UK, Sam Jones. Sam, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. You recently had your first show, or Probellum's first show, and then the first UK show was on Saturday night. How do you think it went?
Yeah, I thought it went really well. There's a really good, solid team at Probellum. It's all new. The show's kind of got put together quite quickly, but I thought in the time space the teams had to do it, I thought the show went really well. There's obviously things to always work on, but Probellum are making huge moves. They've acquired some really good talent, and I know there's a load more coming.
How often can we expect Probellum to stage shows in the UK in 2022?
A lot, Daniel. A lot of shows.
Is that a specific figure? Is it what quantifies a lot? Like 6 to 12?
Maybe more.
Wow. And will there be a development on the broadcaster front? No disrespect to Free Sports, it was very good production, but will you be looking for another broadcast partner?
Harrison Whitman is working on that, and I'm sure there'll be an announcement very, very soon.
So describe to us, that's obviously Harrison's domain, but describe to us what your role is, what your day-to-day duties are.
It's obviously not the same as it was when I was working at SJAM, but it's just fighter liaison. It's, as I say, the company's new at the moment, so there's only been two shows, but there's going to be a lot of shows next year, whether it be in the UK or abroad, and I'll be very busy next year.
And for people out there who are mostly aware of the established stars that were on the first Probellum show here in the UK, so Lewis Ritson, Ricky Burns, who are the younger talent that we should be looking out for?
They've just signed the McCormacks, which when I got wind that we were negotiating a deal to bring them on board. They are unbelievable talents, the pair of them. They're both the first twins to become world champions from Great Britain. 100%. I'll put my life on that. They're nailed on superstars. They're both crazy, by the way, but they're just unbelievable. Honestly, unbelievable talents. The pair of them. I'm so excited to be a small part of that journey with them. Mark Dickinson as well. My God, what a fighter he is. I mean, his first fight, he was only in the ring for 20 seconds, and then Ben Davison specifically asked for a heavier opponent. Mark Dickinson's only a middleweight. He fought a light heavyweight on Saturday just to get some rounds in, but he can punch. He's going all the way, Mark Dickinson. He's a lovely kid as well. He dedicates himself. He's as I say, he's a proper kid, and they're all, funny enough, from the northeast. There's going to be some huge nights in the northeast next year. Great
stuff. Now, when you were first approached by Probellum, how did they kind of sell the concept to you?
Not about sell the concept, but I saw the people that were, and I knew Harrison from Top Ranks. I'd obviously done a few deals with Harrison with Adam Morley and Harrison working Top Ranks, so I've got a good relationship with him. It was an easy chat, and I liked what I was hearing, and I thought this is a great opportunity for me. And they as I say, it was very flattering that they approached me and they saw something in me. Whatever they saw, God only knows what, but they did see something, and here I am. And I think it's a great opportunity for myself as well.
So by the end of next year, what would you view as success, both for yourself and for Probellum?
I don't really know. Just like building stars. Building stars. That's what I like to be a part of, and the amount of talent that they've brought on, I believe that's going to be the case.
And you talked about the McCormacks there. Have you got your eyes on other Olympians, young amateur stars at the moment? I guess that's part of what you do as well.
For sure, there's going to be a lot more signings being announced over the next months, which even you'll be excited about that as well, Danny.
I'm sure I will. I'm a big fan of the McCormacks. So it's a promising place to start. What kind of steps do you think you guys need to do to start competing on a level playing field here in the UK with, Matchroom, Frank Warren backed by BT, of course, Boxer on Sky?
Keep doing what we're doing. Again, people have already got these standards for Probellum. Remember, they're only a couple of months old. They're a couple of months old. What company do you know that first started and gets to sign Pat McCormack, Luke McCormack, Troy Williamson coming off the biggest win of his career, knocking out Ted Cheeseman. These are massive signings. The Brazilian gold medalist. Like, these are massive, proper massive signings. The company's only a couple of months old. So what they're going to do they've signed collaboration deals all over the world. Like, what other company do you see doing that in the world at the moment? Because there isn't one.
How do you explain that level of attraction? Because as you said, you're aware of Harrison and some of the bigger players in the team. The young boxers that are signing won't know so much about that. What is it that they're seeing in Probellum?
The future and the future plans and the goals and the vision that the company has. And that's what's obviously attractive to the fighter.
And when you're talking to the fighters and trying to encourage them to sign, what are the kind of main things you're saying to them to not sell it to them, but encourage them to?
I've not really had that kind of conversation yet, Danny. Because I mean, remember, I've only been at the company for a couple of months. My role's kind of it's a flexible kind of role. Like I want to be involved in making the fights. I want to help promote the shows because again, Richard Schaefer is the president. I'm kind of not the face, but like in this company, because Harrison Whitman might do a press conference, Richard Schaefer might do a press conference, I might do a press conference, they might let Ali Drew do a press conference. I don't know. They're gonna. It's just gonna. There's no real like. Richard Schaefer is the president. Do you know what I mean? Richard Schaefer is the president, but like I'm happy to get my hands dirty. Do you know what I mean? Like I love being involved in boxing, the day-to-day stuff of boxing. That's what I love. But again, my strengths are probably promoting.
Is Richard Schaefer your boss per se?
There's no real like. I deal with Harrison Whitman.
So what's it like then having a boss or a superior, whatever you want to call it? Because at SJAM, you were the man in charge alongside Adam.
It's not really like a boss kind of thing. Like I'll give ideas to Harrison. He'll give me his thoughts, and we kind of work together. There's no real like, oh, that's my boss. Like there just isn't. Like I couldn't be like, oh, can I do this and can I do that? It doesn't really work like that. Like Harrison respects my ideas, and I respect what he says. I think everyone has their strengths in the company, which is what I believe is going to make the company great.
And how do you feel now, it's a couple of months down the line, about leaving SJAM behind? Obviously, you'll still see all the guys, still very friendly with everyone, but it must be a bit of a wrench.
Yeah, no, listen, Danny, it's difficult. It is difficult because it's something that I built with my bare hands along with Adam Morley, but I put my heart and soul into that. And that's why, like, I'll still be invested in emotionally with the fighters. I want them to do well. I was flicking over watching Lerone fight because I was willing him on, and I was like shouting when he was on there because they're all important people in my life. And again, people that have got this thing that Sam must be still involved with SJAM because he still talks to the fighters or he still has like emotional connection. No, like just like what I was saying to Coogan the other day, just because I've not had a court case with, just because it's not ended up in a court case or a legal battle, people still, yeah, it's true. It's true. Most cases in boxing, it gets fucking, I'll word it like this, Danny. People say to me all the time, Sam, how did you last in boxing? How do you last in boxing? Because people thought when I came in boxing, I'm just going to be a flash in the pan. I fluke my way in, which is probably correct. I probably did fluke my way in, but I'm doing something right because I'm still there. Do you know what I mean? And I'm climbing. Because and do you know what advice I will always say to people? Don't lie. Don't lie to the fighters. Because that's how you find yourself up in court cases, like other managers. Do you know what I mean?
We'll leave that line of thing there, I think, before we both get sued.
No, there's going to be no sue. I'm not naming this. People know who they are. Don't lie to fighters and you won't end up... No lies, no court cases, Danny.
I will always remember that one. But you're obviously still on good terms with SJAM. They haven't removed your initials from the name for a start. It's not SWAM, all due respect to Shane Watson, but... Does your relationship with the guys at SJAM, does it make it more likely that their hottest prospects will sign with Probellum, or is it still a level playing field?
I'll be honest with you, Danny. No, not really, because Adam will do what's best for the fighters. And if it's best to come to Probellum, they'll come to Probellum. If it's best to go with Eddie, they'll go with Eddie. If it's best to go with Frank, they'll go with Frank. And that's the way it should be. There shouldn't be like one allegiance to something. It should be about what's best for the fighter.
And have you got, not just you, but Probellum as a whole, got good, positive relationships with the majority of managers in this country? Would you say?
For sure. I've got good relationships personally with a lot of them. There's 258. I'm very good friends with Freddie. I speak to Freddie most days. Obviously S-Jam, MTK, all the managers, Paul Reddy. I've got good relationships with all of them.
That must have been a big attraction for Probellum, as well as everything you've done with S-Jam, to bring someone on who's got a great network of contacts like that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I have got a good working relationship with a lot of the people, even if some of them probably think I'm a dickhead. I still think I've got a decent relationship with them.
Well, they don't have to like you personally to work with you, do they? Or to respect what your abilities are.
For sure.
Not that I'm saying they do think you're a dickhead. They might not.
Yeah, but if they did, they may well do, Danny. I mean, I'm not too interested. As long as they can have a working relationship with someone, that's all that really matters. You don't have to, we're not going out to break bread, are we? We're doing business.
Now, there's been a lot of talk on social media in the last couple of days about potential lockdown and how it would affect boxing. Have you got any shows planned for Probellum before the end of January?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, so it is looking like, and it seems like most.
Not in the UK. Not. I wouldn't.
No, that's
honestly,
what I mean.
That is a question for Harrison Whitman. He will say that. But as far as I'm aware, there's no show. I know there's no shows in the UK in January.
Fair enough. Well, I want to wish you the very best of luck. Obviously, going forward with Probellum, but always give us time. Because
are you coming to our next show, Daniel?
When is it? Where is it?
It's a flipping top secret.
You're not going to tell me, are you? Exactly. You took me down a cul-de-sac there.
There's an invite just for you, Danny.
I appreciate it. Raheem can't cover it because he's working for you guys, so I might have to step in.
Yeah, Raheem. Good guy, Raheem.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Good guy. Good positive vibes. Yeah,
I like him a lot. Right, really appreciate your time, and best of luck with everything. Have a great Christmas.
Thank you, Danny.